All right. I think I need to. Whatever. Hi. Hey, we're back to the black and white for a second. Thought I would come back to my roots a little bit. Anyways, I know it's been a while. I've been busy. A little life update. I went to pharmacy technician school. I'm almost done with it. I start my externship next Monday. I'm kind of shitting my pants about it, but it's okay. I'm just a little nervous. That's okay. We're allowed to be a little bit nervous. It's normal anxiety when you're starting something new and exciting in your life. So with that, I've been a little busy. I had finals, the winter break, and then the holidays, and then I had my birthday, and I don't want to talk about the inauguration. I don't want to talk about the election. I get rationally angry about it. Not irrationally, rationally angry about it. So with that, I figured, why not just take it easy, chill out. I am not feeling very creatively happy with what I'm making. So I figured, easy, just talk about what you like. And that's going to be books. Books make me very happy, and I have a little cumulative book haul, as in books that I have either received as a gift or I have gotten book money as gifts for either Christmas or my birthday. And so we're just gonna make this nice and easy. I've read 2 of these books that I'm gonna show you, but I either can't find my copy of them or I borrowed it from the library and I don't own a copy, but now I do. So the first book, I'm gonna insert colored clips of these books so that you can see what I'm talking about, because you're not going to be able to. The first book is Poison. I cannot see in this lighting. Good Lord. Poison, The History of Potions, Powders, and Murderous Practitioners by Ben Hubbard. Honestly, it's really nice. I got it for Christmas. It's hardcover, which normally I'm not a huge hardcover person. I much prefer paperbacks. It's easier for me to hold, easier for me to read. I like the really flappy ones because they'll stay open when I put the spine on a flat surface. But the coolest part about this book, I can't really hold and show you, but I have to put it in. But the edges are the same color as when you first open it. Like, you cannot see this. I will put a colored clip in, I promise. But it is the shade of arsenic green that was commonly used in the Victorian times, and people went gaga over them, honey. Gaga.
Talented, brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular, never the same.
Everywhere. Dresses, fabrics that were not just used for dresses or clothing, wallpaper, wall paints. I can't even, regular paints. I mean, anything that they could put this stuff into, they did. And the coolest part about this book, I want to say, is it goes from ancient history to mostly modern history. And there's, illustrations. So this is the Tofana trap. Aqua Tofana, which I'm sure a lot of people are very familiar with. And it is so good. I mean, there's illustrations. This is so awkward for me to do, but it's fine. Like the Jamestown poisonings. Hey, what are we doing? It has paintings, it has drawings. This one talks about Alan Turing. The tragedy of Alan Turing. He is essentially the grandfather of computers and the internet, really. He was also gay and he was bullied severely. He was sent to conversion therapy, which we all know doesn't fucking work because you can't undo someone's sexuality. That's not how that works. You can try to ignore it, but good luck, babe. Anyways, this is a really cool book. I'm very grateful that my mom got it for me for Christmas. Love her. She's actually the only book I got for Christmas that was from someone else. The others were books that I got myself as a gift. So the next one I got is Hellbent by Leigh Bardugo. I did end up reading Ninth House. I got a copy of it. Ooh, when did I get a copy of it? You hear that? That's real nice. I got a copy of it sometime in 2023, late 2023, early 2024, something like that. I read it while I was visiting some family members in the Midwest, and I thought I wasn't going to like it that much. I really didn't. And then I ended up absolutely loving it. It did give me a little bit of secondhand embarrassment. I feel like it needed some warnings. Maybe just a little bit. I don't know. you know? Otherwise, it was really good. I love the descriptions. Visually, it was delicious, scrumptious. I ate it up. I read it so fast. Loved it. So I have the second book. I confess I haven't really read it. I just stuck a gum wrapper in here as my bookmark because I'm not bougie like that. I have bookmarks, yes, but do I use them? Probably not as often as I should. Anyways, very excited for the sequel. I just have been very busy shoving pharmacological information and pharmaceuticals and laws and everything else in my head. So the next book that I got for myself as a Christmas gift is On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous by Ocean Vuong. I've read some snippets from this book, and am I just a reader, like no aftercare? Like, did you just stab me? So rude. It's beautiful. It's so, the way that Ocean Vuong writes. God, it is so beautiful. And I remember I put this on my Christmas list for like 3 or 4 years in a row. My mother was like, I was going to get it for you, but when I was reading the synopsis, it talked about being an immigrant and everything, and I just didn't think you could relate to that. I'm like, you can still enjoy things that you are not sharing the experience of. But I digress. I know this is going to kill me, and I plan on getting Time as a Mother, and he has another book out. I can't remember what it's called, so I'll put a picture in. I'm so excited. Oh my God, I'm going to cry. I'm going to sob reading this book because, oh, it's so good. His stuff is so good. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, I need to calm down. So I got Barnes & Noble gift cards for my birthday. My birthday is January 13th. Yeah, and I decided to hit up The Joint. The first book that I got out of 3 is The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath, another classic, American classic novel, I would say, that I have not read yet. I am aware of the racism that's in this book. It does not surprise me in the slightest. Sylvia Plath was known to be very racist. It makes me uncomfortable to read it, even though I'm after the mental health part of it. I'm still the fig tree analogy. And I think that's all that's all I need to say about it. I mean, what else do I need to say about this book? Everybody knows about it. I just haven't read it yet because I've read a lot of other things in my life. These next 2 books I have read before. I had a copy of one of them and I'm not sure where it went, so I got another copy anyways. Call me wasteful, call me whatever, but the first one is 1984 by George Orwell. We are living in this book. I want you guys to know that. They banned this book for a reason, because Big Brother is always watching. I got this because this is one of the most important pieces of literature in order to survive the next 4 years. Yes, I'm getting a little bit heavy, a little bit gloomy right now, but this is a very important piece of literature, and they're banning it because they don't want you to make the parallels. They don't want you to be literate. They don't want you to have critical thinking or reading comprehension. They don't want that because you are not easier to control, you're harder to govern, and you will not take things lying down when you know about things like this. Okay? That leads me to my next novel, which is Animal Farm by George Orwell. This is another banned book. It is an allegory of communism, and it's very important to know that we are also heading down this route right now. It's not communism, it's worse. It's fascism. I have my opinions about communism that are not very popular, and that's fine. I'm not going to elaborate on that, but I am going to tell you that we are headed down this route, but worse. We are going down both of these dystopian hellscapes, like simultaneously. Oh my God. I get rightfully upset about it. I don't get irrationally upset. I get rationally upset. Okay. The last book that I got, I've been wanting this book for over a year since it's been translated, and it is Thirst by Marina. Please forgive me for I am about to butcher her last name. I also can't see because I don't have my glasses on, because you can't see me. You can't see my eyeballs if I don't. Marina, oh my God. I'm so sorry. Give me a second. Suzuki. Marina Yu Suzuki. I'm very sorry to the author for... That felt like a crime, me trying to say that. I apologize. I'm not illiterate. I just don't know how to say the last name. This is a vampire novel, and it takes place in Buenos Aires, in Argentina. I'm gonna fact check that. And it's about a vampire that escapes from Europe in the 19th century, goes to Buenos Aires, watches it become the metropolitan city that it is from a little village, and a mortal woman, I believe, just a woman, let's just say for now, ends up meeting this vampire who's also a woman in a cemetery, and their lives kind of change. I've heard a couple things. I've heard there's lesbianism. I've heard there is a homoerotic friendship. I'm not entirely sure, but I will be reading it. And as much as I love the vampire look of the gothic, dark, black and red and silver and ornate, I love it. It's one of my favorite things. I adore the simplicity and the color of this. Again, I will put colored clips over this. I love that this front part right here, not the statue, this part, it's red, and then the cover, the title and then her name are hot pink. On the back, it's hot pink, as well as on the side, it's hot pink, and then the title is red. I love it. I love seeing different types of vampire type of stuff. I feel like this is very apropos for the fact that this takes place in the modern times rather than a lot of vampire fiction taking place in alternative modern times or just straight in the past. Very much appreciate this. It was translated by Heather Cleary, I believe is how you say her last name, and I'm very excited to read this. I am so excited. I'd also like to acknowledge that I understand that not a lot of people... Let me rephrase that. I understand and I acknowledge that having extra money to spend on books is kind of a luxury right now for many Americans and just many people even across the world. And we're going through some pretty tumultuous political times right now, and that's why I think it's really important to keep reading and why I think it's so important to support your local libraries. Don't get it twisted. I still go to my library, and you can either do that by going into the brick and mortar building, or you can download Libby. It is a free library app, and you can borrow the ebooks from your library and they're returned in 2 weeks, or you can renew the loan if there's not a ton of people waiting. Please support your local library. Please never stop reading, because reading gives you knowledge, and knowledge is power, and it is the one thing that they cannot take away from you. They can take everything in the entire world, but they will never take away what you've learned. They will never take away what you've read, because it's all up here. You are so much smarter than you think. If you put your critical thinking cap on for 1 second and you read more than a paragraph, I promise you, you're going to learn so much. And it's going to be so gratifying. It's going to be so satisfying. You are going to be like, why didn't I start doing this sooner? Reading is an act of rebellion. Please don't stop reading. Read every book that they ban or they challenge because they don't want you knowing what's in it. There's a reason why this stuff happens. It's because they don't want you to know. Call me a tinfoil hat conspiracy theorist, but why are some of these books challenged? Why is 1984 challenged? Why is Animal Farm challenged? Why is The Book Thief challenged? I could go on and on. To Kill a Mockingbird. Why do you think that's challenged? Why do you think that every year, as more and more books are banned or challenged, what is the common denominator? They're marginalized voices, such as Black authors and queer authors the most, or it contains themes like racism, acknowledging that racism is even a thing. It talks about gender, sexuality. It talks about dystopian governments. It talks about surveillance. It talks about censorship. It talks about free speech, because they want to keep you stupid and they want to keep you tired and they want to keep you angry at your neighbor instead of being angry at them. And by them, I mean the government. The United States government. I can't speak for any other country because I don't live in any other country but the US. It'd be kind of cool if I had dual citizenship though, because then I could get the fuck out of here, but I can't. Regardless, I'm going on a tangent, but I just need you all to know that you can't stop reading now. Now is the time that you need to read more than you ever have, even if it is 1 page a night, even if it's 5 books a year. You need to read. I don't care if you're listening to audiobooks at this point. You need to read, and you need to read more because they want your kids to be stupid too. They want to raise an ignorant generation so that they're easier to control, easier to tell what to do, and easier to squash and take and take and take. Okay? Keep reading. You're a lot smarter than you think you are. It's so windy. That was crazy. Anyways, that was my cumulative book haul. And it's probably going to be most of the books that I have for this year. And that's totally fine. So anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I don't even remember my own outro. That's how long it's been since I filmed something. TikTok got banned and then came back in 14 hours. Stupid. The CEO is a sellout. I had a video get taken down because I said what Elon Musk did was a Nazi salute. It was a Sea Kyle. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that first word right. I'll put it up on the screen. So if you speak German, you can tell me if I say that wrong. Anyways, I'm going to stop because I'm getting off topic. But once again, thank you all so much for watching. Keep reading. Keep drinking water. Go outside. Get off your phone. Get in touch with your local grassroots organization. Vote blue. Fuck Trump. Fuck the US government. Fuck Musk. Fuck the CEO of TikTok because I can't remember his name. And fuck Zuckerberg. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.